Friends, welcome in this new session of SOA or Secrets of Astrology, wherein we are continuing our discussion on planet Sun. In this series of discussion, as you know already, I have been trying to explain as to how the attributes of the planets have been fixed and what do those attributes which are known to us as karakatva or significations really mean to imply in deeper sense. So today, while discussing with or continuing our discussion with planet Sun, we will try to understand something new about some other attribute of Sun. As I have already said in earlier discussions, that Sun is the most important planet of our solar system, both scientifically as well as astrologically. In astrology, we say that Sun represents the king. But scientifically also we know that Sun is the king of our solar system. And just to be in tune with the qualities and paraphernalia associated with a king, other attributes have also been assigned to planet Sun. And then we say that it signifies kings, monarchs, rulers, power in different forms, high position, authority, etc., etc. These are the known things that we have discussed earlier. But then in astrology, we also say that Sun is the significator of soul. Now, soul in itself is a very recondite thing. And when we say Sun represents soul of the incarnated being, this statement in itself carries lots of deeper and deeper meaning. And for those who vehemently try to say that our astrology, that is Indian classical astrology, is not Vedic, should now note here that how this attribute, that is soul as a signification of Sun, has come from Veda. Because in Veda we clearly read Surya Atma Jagatasthukascha. Sun is the soul of this universe. And taking clue from this statement of Veda, various authors of standard classical texts have put the same thing in different words. For example, one author says, Kalasya Atma Bhaskara, means sun is the operating principle of time or time personified as the soul. So when we say sun is the significator of soul in astrology, what does it really mean? Is it that simple an statement as it appears to be on the upper surface? Scholars give long lectures and try to create a separate branch or section of astrology under the heading spiritual astrology. And they laugh when I say that this is absurd to create any such branching, because astrology, Indian classical astrology as a whole, or Vedic astrology as a whole, is a spiritual only. So there is nothing new if we give a different heading like a spiritual astrology. And I have always maintained this, that Vedic astrology from toe to tip is a spiritual only. And therefore, any talk of spiritual astrology is merely a mockery, in my perception, of this great science, and people are doing it just for creating an individual recognition, or they are simply trying to carve out a individual respectable name in the orbit of scholars. Anyway, let us focus on to the point. That is, when we say sun represents soul, then we give a very big statement. It indicates, when we say this, that sun is the causative force behind all the inscrutable things happening in this universe. In other words, we mean to say that sun is the governor of all that is abstruse and unfathomable in cosmic operations. And what is the most inscrutable thing challenging our sense, wisdom, intelligence, etc., is nothing but this recondite thing called Atman, or the soul, because of its peculiar nature, because it is indestructible. In spite of the destruction of body, it continues its existence from birth to birth, from body to body. Bhagavad Gita says, Nayanang chindanti sastrani nayanang dahati pavaka, etc. So these are the qualities of soul that keeps us befuddled. So if we say that we are alive and continue to be so, then how it is happening? It is happening because the soul remains in the body. Once the soul leaves, we become dead. You might find people saying, lift the body, put down the body. No, nobody is referring us by our name. Why? Because soul has left the body, and the body has now become dead, like an inert material thing. This body no more remains alive once the soul leaves it. So long the soul was there inside the body, it was live and kicking. But once the soul left, the body became like a dead matter. What does this mean? It means that the force of vitality or animation has gone from the body. So when we say that sun is the significator of soul, that means we also say that sun in actuality is the significator of vast principle of cosmic animation. It is due to the vibrations of the sun that all the elements of reconditeness remains active in the universe. Sun is the governor of all the elements of reconditeness. Entire obscurity that keeps our intelligence or our intelligent mind flustered permanently is the inscrutability existing in the cosmic operations. And sun, as the principle of soul, is also the principle of all these inscrutabilities. Entire obscurity of the horoscope is therefore can be said to be hidden in the disposition of the planet sun. All the hidden predicates of the embodied being or the embodied soul is petuliously placed in the patina called as planet sun in astrology. It is the location and disposition of sun in the natal chart that is pivotal for, say, knowing all the ingrained attributes of the native or the inner dwelling self. So, sun is that center of the horoscope or the position of sun in the nativity represents that center in the horoscope which an astrologer may avoid for the time being but cannot afford to ignore for a long if he wants to know about the features or the characteristics, properties, or proclivities of the incarnated being from the horoscope. That means the sun is basically the principle of animation. It is the vibration of sun that carries the pulsations or the waves, elemental waves of animation that keeps a thing alive. So when we say sun is the significator of soul, that means it is also the cosmic principle of animation continuously operating in this universe. We'll continue this discussion in our next sitting also. Thank you, friends.